you've got somebody's attention and they are truly impressed with you and they are going to be your happily ever after. I'm gonna find out who this is because you've got somebody's attention and I feel like they're watching you, but you're not watching them. Like maybe this is somebody that you kind of have an idea, but you're doing your own thing. You're just busy, honestly, and good for you. You got a lot going on, and honestly, this is the kind of person that has a lot going on of their own. So the fact that you catch their eye is pretty hot. and and I feel like that's how they feel with it. They think that you're pretty hot. And being able to not necessarily distract them, but yes, a little bit distract them from their everyday situation. Okay. You got the Page of Swords and the King of Swords. I feel like this person is really, really thinking about you so hard. But they're gonna message you or they're gonna reach out to you in some capacity. I feel like they're thinking about it a lot, but they're also like, this is this is your reward. This is your reward for working so hard on yourself and all of the things that you have wanted up until this point. I feel like it's the same for this person though. So that's also why it's such a sweet culmination of things because it's ooh, it's like somebody that admires you. I'm getting somebody that likes like bird watching. Maybe you like birds or they like birds, or they would admire you like flowers. Like I feel like this is the kind of person that has like an attention to detail in ways that are kind of a compliment when they like you because there's a lot of little things that they pick up on that draw them in. And I feel like this is somebody that you haven't really talked to. Like this is like kind of a secret admirer. Oh my god. Wait. That's why they're so nervous. Okay. Okay. What's happening? Okay. They're worried that you're going to be judgmental because maybe you give that kind of like vibe a little bit. Just like a little bit. And that's also in an okay way. I feel like they are coming to you with this possibly just feeling a little defeated on how to approach you. I feel like this is somebody that maybe went through a serious transition recently, 424. So they're not trying to jump into dynamics yet, but because they're also like a little sweet on you, they feel like time is of the essence. And that's actually kind of cute, right? Because in a way, when you like somebody, you want them to feel some kind of sense of urgency, but I think that's also what happens when you're not necessarily looking for somebody. right? You're just like, can, can this wait like 6 months? Because I've got like a bunch of goals that I'm like really working on right now. So I think that's pretty cool of you. Um, to have caught this person's eye, honestly. I feel like they're I feel like they're the kind of person that gets the attention from a lot of other people. So the fact that they choose not to date, or that they choose to be like, I'm gonna focus on myself when I could be, I mean, to put it 535, like I don't want to say it that way. I'm not gonna say it. To be like surrounded by a lot of people, to be like in like a lot of mixed company, 555. But you know, that's not what they're interested in. They want a business. They want you. They want you. You're so cute. Wow. This is really somebody that wants something new with you. And this is like definitely somebody that you have not met before. Wait, wait. Wait. I feel like you could have. Hold on. I feel like you could totally have more than one person coming in. And this person is almost like the opposite. Wait, this is so interesting. Okay, so I'm getting like, whoa. Okay, so I'm getting one person that's like very masterful in their business. And they, they call the shots. They're like a person of action when it comes to their business. But then when it comes to you, they're like super nervous, like kind of weird, 737. And that's what has them like a little bit on edge when it comes to this connection. But that also stands out to them because they're not the type of person to feel that way very often. And then there is a second suitor. I know. I know. It's gonna be really interesting. I'm recording this during the summer. This is a timeless message, but I feel like the next 3 months in particular are gonna be really 808, really significant for you. This next person, I got the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So I feel like this is the kind of person that would maybe not think too much about it and kind of 828 just like message you. But maybe it's straight up just like a fire emoji, like something so simple. And then I feel like you're gonna have the choice of these people, and you get to sit back and be like, may the best one win. 858. Ooh, that's so good. I'm just gonna like soak that in for a second. I feel like this is the cutie 919. This is like, first of all, this is feeling like the ending of a cycle for you when it comes to choosing partners. First, you're coming from a place of choosing yourself, then, you're stepping in from a place of my priority is me, and I'm picking a partner that would also see that as a valuable aspect. And then, excuse me. I feel like you wouldn't have to speak up too much with these partners. Like, these are the kind of people that want to take care of you without you having to be like, hey, can you pick me up? and and the funny part is that they're different from each other, but they're also really good for you in different ways. I feel like I want to look. I want to know what they look like, but I'm getting that it's this like. Excuse me. I feel like I really feel like they're gonna be like exact opposites of each other, but it's gonna look like it's just gonna make sense to you. And one, I feel like one of them might have a better personality in your eyes, but then the other is more attractive. And the way that you allow yourself to sit back, most importantly, I feel like this is the way that you're letting it take you away without jumping to the end, without having the, oh, I know how this ends kind of sentiment because you feel like nervous in limbo. And I think that you've gotten to that point where the journey is part of the fun. So I want to know what they look like. But, excuse me. I feel like one's from work and one's from mutual friends or like when you're out, like a family friend. I'm getting dark hair. Mm. They wear red. They might have like crosses or keys, roses. Yeah, I thought flowers were significant in the beginning. I'm definitely picking up on flowers. Which one's which? I think this is the Page of Swords. Okay. This might actually be someone from your past. The first one's new. Okay. That's why the fire emoji. Oh my God, stop. Okay. Okay, so the second one, 1414. Something about oversized shirts, crosses. Yeah, I got crosses the second time. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is definitely somebody that you know. The second one is someone that you know. Fire emoji. Watch, when I get somebody that gives me a comment, they're like, oh my God, a fire emoji. It's just so funny how these things work sometimes. You know? Yeah. Any more characteristics? We got a blonde. Okay. Any discernible features? They don't go out a lot. And that's stuck. And I feel like they don't work. Um, like not that they don't have money, but they don't work. That's an interesting way to put that. Like maybe it's like a family business or like they just have like a really easy job, so it's not really something that someone would consider work. Or maybe it's like a creator or an artist. But I mean that's work still, bitch. Bro. Yeah, I feel like you have you have turned into this version of yourself that is really calling in a partner who mirrors that about you. Maybe you don't go out a lot and you're a creator, or you're like about that passive income life, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you could even want somebody that can like teach you how to do that. 1717. Um, mm, yeah, I think you've gotten to the point where you're only going to accept a certain level of partnership. So the fact that you're in this place where one, you're focused on yourself, focused on your money, focused on your health, your family, having a good life, and ultimately somebody that then comes into that dynamic really does have to add to it. So I feel like one, that kind of energy just brings in better candidates, and two, the fact that you're kind of not really even entertaining anything on its own just for the sake of it is when you end up truly finding somebody that does fit those standards. So if you're here and you're claiming this energy, um, just know that this probably is something that you had been ultimately calling in for a long time and maybe even gave up on for a while and just pivoted to focusing solely on yourself and in that way kind of freed up the attachment that was holding this from you for a while, um, which actually feels like a win-win situation because you still got those other things that you wanted and now you got this other thing that you weren't even trying to get anymore. 1919. Yeah, I feel like you completed this cycle where you looked for love outside of you. So then love kept starting to find you. And it was more friends and more aligned aspects of your life because you weren't trying to force other things to fit anymore. And that allowed you to actually find what was truly for you. And it's super cute. It's really cute. Um, so yeah, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below, let me know how you like this reading, and save this video. Let me know when these things come true for you. I have a really good track record, so if you made it this far, 2020, I'm just letting you know, hindsight's 2020. And yeah, this sounds pretty exciting. Honestly, I feel like you're in a good position. You don't necessarily need to rush. You don't need to rush to like pick anybody or anything. And I think this might even be the perfect scenario where you don't feel rushed to be like, I need somebody to call my partner now or whatever, because you're just doing your own thing and you're enjoying your own thing. So I think that's when people are the most pressed to make you theirs. And you're just like, whatever, I'm busy. And honestly, that energy is like so hot on you. So I feel like that's really cool. And I don't know. I hope my mic didn't put that out. But yeah, I think that energy is suiting you really well. And I can't wait to hear what happens. Okay, I love you. I'll see you in the next one.